1, 2, 3, 4.
Folks, if I manage to do this, lots of applause, lots of cheering, and give me lots of money.
If you like the show, when I get down, place some money in the hat.
And nobody pays the street performers to be here except for their kind and generous audience.
If I fail, you can boo and you can hiss, and give me lots of money.
If you didn't like the show, when I get down, place some money in the hat.
Nice people, come on, come into my world.
Well, I was working in the theatre and I got really sick and tired of egos and people to direct me. So come down to the street, try out new ideas, be your own director and explore your own art form. And it wasn't a decision, it was the fact that I just went no. The street's better than the stage. At the end of my show, people can come up to me and shake me by the hand and go thank you. On a stage, your curtains close, I've disappeared to my dressing room, but the street is more honest than that.
What's he doing?
I wanted to try my ideas out more and not be restricted by the confines of a director's imagination or a production, and so the street has all that to offer. I used to be an electrical engineer when I first left school. I'm a father of 4 children. I worked in factories, I've worked on farms, I write for comedians. So yeah, I've done loads of jobs. The difference to me is the freedom that it allows me to express and to be myself. When I was an electrician, I had to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I left at about 5 o'clock. With this particular job I do at the moment, I work for an hour a day, but I write for a considerable amount of time, and it just lets me express myself. Again, it's the confounds of a normal job, a regular job. I don't have in this one. I have the freedom to be myself. When we came across the Indians living in teepees and moving around with the way that the world is with nature, moving when buffaloes migrated, and when we came, we never really understood their way of life, and in fact destroyed it. But when you looked at the way they were living, they needed to do this. With me, it's not that I have to, it's the fact that I want to. I want to take my humour, my work, to the streets. The streets is where it's at.
Stop it, you little shit! There is a reason for contraception.
I'm a street boy. The best things I ever learned, I learnt when I was on the street. It weren't from my mum and dad. They never showed me how to finger a girl's pussy or to go down on anybody. Nothing like that. I learned it all from the boys. And that's just like the street. And I think I'm a strong performer for that. You know, when I was learning things like Shakespearean speeches, it was easier. It was just remembering lines and rhythms, you know, and it helped me a lot. But now with movement, with the street, it gives me a whole new place to expand in. It's called my own creativity, and not to be frightened of that.
Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes!
If you've got more than one string to your bow, i.e. you can teach, you can do other work, it doesn't really matter. The future is something for you to consider and for you to worry about if that's your inclination. It's not for me, because I don't give a flying fuck, you know what I mean? It'll all happen one way or the other. If I'm broke at the end of it, at least I died trying.
Oh yes! I digress. Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh I can feel! Oh yes! Oh I can feel! Oh yes! I can feel! I can feel! I can feel! I can feel my soul!
I'm proud. I'm a street performer. I'm a busker. I am a busker, and I'm proud to be so. Come on with your bad self, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the rat race. This rat here, you're American with your fingers in your ears. I call this one Bush. I call this one Blair. Working out in the European Union.
Patronising way politicians treat us.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
The way that we do not address and embrace other people's cultures, the way we stamp on things that we do not want to understand or we will not try to understand, that's what bothers me.
Serious question. Did you enjoy the show? Come on, you tight bastard!
If you want money, don't work the street. Go and get a conventional job in theatre or on stage or television. It's since September 11th. The streets died off quite a bit.
Girls! It doesn't have to be money!
We get no lottery grant. We get no help from the government. Yet I consider ourselves as a public service. It doesn't matter to me, because I'll tell you something, I'd like to go and sit outside there with a place of work, and when they won't go in at 9 o'clock, and I'll still be sitting there at 5 o'clock when they come out with a can of beer in my hand, going, how was your day's work? They'd come watch me for an hour, I've finished, who's doing what? You know what I mean? I put my time in when I was a kid, I did my training, and I did it with relish, you know what I mean? I try and be a perfectionist, you know, that's what I want to do, the best show that I can, that's it, so bring it on. You know what I mean? When they're working X amount, okay, they might have more money in the bank, but it don't make you fucking happy. The richest man in the world, his missus left him, and he died of an ulcer. You can carry on with your money. I ain't racing that game. I ain't racing that way. I do it my way, every time.
Taking it back of craziness, I can see, I can feel it, hey. And I call my friends, and I see my friends walking down the street, talking alone.